Well, I tell you this, I can flip a coin, and wherever it lands, heads or tails, defense being heads, offense being tails, or vice versa, I can elaborate on either side. But I'll say this. It was the offense, the Bucs offense. And they generated nothing. Came out flat, just couldn't get a feel for the play of the game. They just had nothing to show for, whatever preparations they put into the week. And I'll certainly say this, as much as we can look at the defense and say they didn't force any sacks, they didn't force any turnovers, they didn't force punts, rather. The offense still was able to go out and generate points. And that's the exciting part of the game. That's what livens the game up. That's what gets the defense going. That's what kind of, sets the tone for the game. I think the offense, we always say defenses win championships, but offense got to tee it up for the defense. And, it was just nothing going. There's actually really nothing that I could say or even think about in terms of, bright spots yesterday for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Tom didn't help, throwing 3 picks, a lot of errant throws, looking uncomfortable, and, did a lot of flinching in the pocket. But to his credit, or to anybody's credit, rather, nobody gets credit for this type of loss. He had no blocking from the offensive line, and that's not an excuse. I won't sit here and make an excuse for Tom right now. They got to really go back to the drawing board and evaluate what happened yesterday and have a strong plan moving forward, because they're going to get everybody's best shot. They're adding a lot of guys into the lineup and on the offensive side of the ball, and they got to make that work. They got to hold true to what they believe in, and they can't get off course right now. It's one loss. It's a tough one. It's one that you look up and you look in the mirror, and it's going to be hard to shake away from this. And it's going to be hard to shake back from this one.
Now, what I'm hearing from my sources is that Brady and the Bucs are waiting for the mail-in touchdown. So this game could get a lot closer by the end of the week if you're not.
Another lame joke from Shannon Sharpe. Not funny at all.
Hey, Mike.
Not even remotely funny.
They're waiting for the mail-in touchdown to come. Skip.
You better get your jokes in while they last.
Skip, hold on. Wait a minute. Is this a rhetorical question? Are you serious? Because here's a guy, the GOAT. Now, what player on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is a GOAT that we would even consider a GOAT, or we consider the best player at their position? We're talking about Tom Brady. Skip Bayless has told me he's the GOAT of quarterback.
Well, is he? Is he?
So he got to take all the blame to offense then. I'm glad you said it.
Shannon just acknowledged again. He is the GOAT.
That's what I wanted you to say.
Yep.
I wanted you to say he's the GOAT, so therefore I can place the blame on him for being the GOAT. 194 total yards. That's what Tom Brady generated. Okay, you got the ball first. Tampa got the ball first. 3 and out. The Saints go down the field, get a touchdown. So the defense is saying, you know what? This Tom Brady, we the GOAT. Everybody's been saying that. You hear everybody, the defense talking about we got the GOAT, we feel good, yada, yada, yada. Say we going to be able to sit over here, catch our breath, and Tom's going to do his thing. D, you up. Tom Brady 3 and out. Okay, he said, okay, Tom going to settle down. It's 14-0. Tom going to settle this thing down. D, you back up. Then he throws a pick. And you're going to put that on the defense. See, you never gave the defense credit that they deserve when Tom Brady wins. It's all about Tom. Look at what Tom did. Pro Football Focus says the number of big-time throws.
Number 1 coming into this game.
So where were the big-time throws at last night?
None.
Okay, what about a turnover?
Fewest turnover-worthy plays in the NFL belong to Tom Brady going into this game.
Mike, you see what they did there, Mike?
3 picks last night.
This is what we do know. The next 2 guys, Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, have fewer turnovers combined than what Tom Brady had last night. Let that sink in for a second. I'm talking about 2 quarterbacks that's played equal the number of games, have fewer turnovers than what Tom Brady had last night. But you want to crown him? He is who I thought he was. And
what is he?
If everything is not perfect, he needs the offense, he needs the running game to be going, and he needs the defense to be playing lights out, and he needs a totally clean pocket. He needs everybody to come through there and go over that thing with a fine-tooth comb. Don't put anybody by his feet. Don't let nobody even look at him, because that's what he looks like. New Orleans has done it to him. Chicago has done it to him. The blueprint is there. And those two guards from Angola, Jack Rabbit and Marcus Latimer, say, go.
And what's Tampa's record now? Oh, it's 6-3. Is that pretty good?
Are you in first place in the division?
Nope, not anymore.
Hey, you would never go. And I told you got swept, too, by a division opponent for the first time in 20 years.
So it is my turn to answer the question. Tom Brady was awful last night. It was one of the 2 or 3 worst games of his career. And if this is to be believed, the Bucs defense was even worse than Tom Brady was last night. Tom Brady has saved the defense again and again and again. 4 times in their 6 wins, they have fallen dangerously behind. How about 24-7 to the Chargers? How about 10-0 to Aaron Rodgers on that same field?
2 pick sixes.
How about the Raiders going up 7-0 and 10-7 in Las Vegas? How about the Giants of all teams going up 14-3 and leading 17-15 going into the 4th quarter? What did Brady do in all 4 of those games? He saved the defense from itself. It gets off to slow starts, but unfortunately last night, so did Tom Brady. Why did it look so out of sync? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They were 6-2 with a group of receivers who were playing at a very high level. And all of a sudden, last night, game number 9, it's halfway through the year, they throw in as disruptive a force as there's ever been in this league named Antonio Brown. And they don't just play him 5 or 6 plays. They play Antonio Brown 39 snaps last night. 39 snaps? Well, wait a second. So Godwin played 47. Mike Evans played 43. And Mike Evans did not look happy all night long. And Antonio gets forced in and force-fed 39 snaps. And right away, out of his end zone in the second possession on offense, Brady's under duress, under fire, and he tries to throw it against the wind 60 yards to Antonio because he loves that little man. And he thinks he can be the difference maker and the game breaker for this team. Then he forces up a ball up the boundary, up the sideline, that probably would have been intercepted anyway, but Antonio stopped cold. And Brady's saying, well, we're not on the same page yet. The point is, if it weren't broke, why do you try to fix it? And they tried to fix it on the fly. Long-term, this will pay off. Short-term, last night, they were completely disrupted and out of sync.
You see what he did, Mike? Now, he talked about the defense laid the egg, and he talked about they fell behind in Green Bay. They fall behind 10-0, and then they get a pick 6. And on the very next possession, they get another pick and run it down to the 1-yard line, and the game totally flipped. Thanks to the defense, because the offense was doing absolutely nothing. That was that one.
And then what happened?
Hold on.
Brady took the game over.
Whoa. He was doing nothing until the defense did their job. Okay, Monday night, the game, Daniel Jones going up and down the field. And what did he do? It was the defense. Two crucial picks on Daniel Jones that flipped the game. But you won't mention that.
Shannon, do you realize that Drew Brees almost scored touchdowns on his first 6 possessions of the game? This was the number 2 ranked defense in the NFL coming in. How can you do that? They punted one.
What was your offense?
The Bucs were forced to punt one time when it was 31-0. Go ahead, Michael.
It's the reason why I said you can flip a coin and decide on who was the worst in this game, the offense or the defense, who played, at its most, demoralizing. At the time when they needed it the most, this team couldn't produce on both sides of the ball. And then, the New Orleans Saints, they've been questioned throughout the course of the season on offense and defense. At times the offense sputtered, at times the defense didn't play well, but, they never looked that bad. And for them to be able to pull it together last night when they needed it the most, on the road, versus a divisional rival, for them to be able to put it together, it just summed it all up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for me. This is a total team game. And if you can't pull it together at a time like that last night on one of the biggest stages, then good luck for the rest of the season and good luck in the postseason. So they got a lot of things to clean up, I will say.
All I know is Tampa had 11 possessions last night. They got 3 points. I want to know what happened to no risk it, no biscuit. You kicked a field goal to avoid being shut out. That's embarrassing.
No, it's not.
You got to hold on. No. We don't do that.
Trying to get Tom off the field. Man.
Yeah, no. Why was he in the ball game trying to pad his stat? But he padded him in the wrong column.
Stats. He's the GOAT. He didn't need to pad.
Okay. Here we go.
There is no Michael Jordan in football.
I couldn't tell.
Stop.
I couldn't tell he the GOAT. He looked like Nanny GOAT. He don't look like the Billy GOAT, because that belonged to Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes got that.
You writing him off?
No,
You better get your shots in now.
Skip.
It's the only time. You finally have an opening to blast Tom Brady.
No,
good luck.
I told you it was one game, but things need to be really well. The days of Tom Brady not having a running game and still being able to win, Tom Brady's defense not being able to cover for him and him winning, those days are over.
And by the way, there was another GOAT on the field last night, and he plays tight end, your position.
Yes.
He's the greatest tight end ever. Would you believe that
Bucs
Gronk had 6 throws to he 6 targets? He dropped 3 of them. He caught 1 for 2 yards. He has been destroying the opposition for Tom Brady in the last 5 games.
Well, they accounted for him, Skip. I thought they did a great job of putting Malcolm Jenkins. They played a lot of man coverage. They put Malcolm on him, and then they had those 2 guys, Jack Rabbit, and they had Marcus Latimer, guys that will get fit. Skip, you just can't let Tom Brady, you got to throw off his rhythm, Skip, because he's a timing guy. Now, you play zone and let guys run the area, Tom is going to pick you apart.
Okay.
We want him to clutch the ball at least once.
He's no different at 43 than he was at 33 or 23. If you don't give him a little bit of time to step forward in the pocket, he is going to
My homeboy don't need no time.
Okay.
My homeboy don't need no time.
Well,
my homeboy don't need no time.
Are you saying he's better than Brady?
Patrick Mahomes is absolutely better than Brady, right?
He was lucky to win his 1 Super Bowl. He threw 2 late picks and got away with it.
Hold on, Skip it.
Stop it. No. Don't put him in the same breath. I'm offended. It's blasphemy.
Mike Vick, you hear this?
Blasphemy.
This man said Tom Brady is a better quarterback right now.
Well, he has been. No, he has been. I didn't say right now.
That's what I'm saying right now.
Well, he has been right in the MVP race. I thought he was the MVP.
Yeah, but as of right now, no.
He ain't even close.
Whew, oh, okay.
Isn't even close.
You guys need a lot longer to get into that debate. Mike, but we do want you to stick around with us. We're going to talk Cowboys. Why did they lose their opportunity at a massive upset yesterday? That is next.